Hello all, my name is Yashwant. Today we'll deal with this 20th August 2025 news today. These are the important topics that are picked from newspaper, which are important for prelims and as well as mains. And this document is by Vision IAS only. And the topic, let's delve into the topics and quickly see the brief about the topic, and we'll try to wrap this up as soon as possible. The first topic is Ministry of Tribal Affairs have officially launched Adi Karmayogi Abhiyan. Okay, this is as we understood, this is about the tribal development, right? The objectives here includes to come up with this people-centric governance and also to build a network of 20 lakh change leaders. These leaders, 20 lakh change leaders, will come from this 1 lakh villages, which covers this 550 districts and 30 states or union territories. So we need to look at the key components of this Adi Karma Yogi Abhiyan. The components, we have this institutional mechanism put in place, volunteer engagement is put in place, and also we are trying to do the capacity building. When it comes to this institutional mechanisms, we have this Adi Seva Kendras and governance lab workshops, tribal village action plan. Adi Seva Kendra to be set up in all tribal villages. In that, officers and community members will dedicate 1 to 2 hours fortnightly, that is every 14 days, to address local issues, mentor youth, and also support governance. This can be done through this Adi Seva Kendra. And governance lab workshops will be there. These labs are used to co-create solutions for tribal development. And tribal village action plan is there. Jointly developed plans with the villagers for tribal village vision 2030. This you can use it in your conclusions or introduction. It has to align with this SDGs and national development goals. That's about the institutional mechanism. And then volunteer engagement is also there. For example, Adi Sahayog, like teachers, doctors, professionals, they are involved to mentor and mobilize the communities. That is Adi Sahayog. And Adi Sati, SHGs, National Rural Livelihood Mission members, tribal elders, youth, local leaders, support outreach and implementation. That will be done by this Adi Sati. And Sahayog, teachers, doctors, professionals. And capacity building, we have to train the tribal youth, women and leaders in governance, problem solving and social mobilization. All these things are included in this Adi Karma Yogi Abhiyan. Okay, what is the significance? This significance is obviously to uplift the tribal community, and it's part of this Janjatiya Gaurav Varsha. It advances Viksit Bharat 2047. That can be included in your answers. And also right now we are having some certain kind of schemes, right, to strengthen the ongoing schemes. It will be helpful, like for example Janman is there, and also National Sickle Cell Anemia Elimination Mission is there. All these things. That's about the first topic. And the next one is Election Commission notifies a schedule for Vice Presidential Election 2025. As we have know, Vice President has resigned due to citing health reasons, and now we have to conduct a new Vice President's election because of vacancy. That has to be done by Election Commission of India, and for doing that there are certain constitutional provisions, and this topic is not new. We've already dealt with that in previous videos. But what are the constitutional provisions that we have? Article 66 clause 2, the Vice President shall not be a member of either House of Parliament or of the House of Legislature of any state. Okay, and we also have a term and vacancy here as per Article 67. So 66, 67 and 68 we need to deal with Vice President, right? Article 67 says that Vice President serves for 5 years. You can remember like this, 5, 6, 7, like 5 years mentioned in 67th article. And Article 68 clause 2 mandates a prompt election in case of vacancy. That's what we are trying to do now because we got this vacancy. What is the election procedure for Vice President? So for before contesting, the candidate has to get this nomination. That is done by 20 proposals, 20 seconders with 15,000 deposit. The same thing with President, where 50 proposals will be there, 50 seconders will be there, and 15,000 deposit only for President as well. And voting is done through this electoral college, which consists of both elected and nominated members of Lok Sabha and also Rajya Sabha. None from legislative assemblies will come and vote in Vice President's elections, but that is not the case with President. That you need to get clarity thoroughly. Voting is done with this system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. single transferable vote. And it is done through the secret ballot, that is also mentioned in the 66. So articles which are important is 66, 67, 68 regarding president, vice president, and the value of each vote is number 1. That's not the case with president, it is little different. And the extremely important point is that no whip is allowed here, no party whip is allowed here. It means that provisions of anti-defection law are not applicable, right? Even if a person do not follow any party whip, it will not be considered as defection, claim for defection, because anyway it is also a secret ballot, right? And then eligibility for vice president mentioned in article 66, he must be a citizen of India, complete the age of 35 years, and is qualified for election as a member of council of the states, must not hold office of profit under government of India, okay, or any state. That's about the topic. And next one is standing committee on finance report calls for uneven distribution of industries across all states. It means that we have uneven distribution of industries across all states in India. That needs to be addressed. That who mentioned it? Standing committee on finance. So one thing I realized while preparing for this UPSC is that whenever you come across a report by any standing committee, you just not ignore it. That is the indication for mains answers, mains questions that can be appeared in UPSC mains actual exam, or also prelims questions, because you see here standing committee, they are focusing on distribution of industries. It means that we are right now, what is the problem that India is facing? One of the problem is this distribution of industries across all the states, that highlighted by standing committee on finance. So this becomes an important topic for us, and it is much more helpful if you delve into the topic and what the report has found out. If you see here, committee noted that while industry is a state subject, but central government's initiatives are vital for industrial development, because it's like a big brother. Central government is looking after every other state, right? I'm not sure if big brother is the right word here, but yeah. So the key point here is that industry is a state subject. That is one key takeaway point. And also economic survey 2024-25 highlighted that significant disparities in industrial development across the state. It highlighted that. So what is this uneven industrial growth? If you see, Gujarat, Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh effectively leverage industrial dependence. North and eastern states show low industrialization levels. If you see here, Gujarat, Himachal, Uttarakhand. If you see here, Tamil Nadu also is a very industrially developed area, and this northeastern region and this eastern part, it's not so fully developed industrially. That's what has been mentioned. And manufacturing is unevenly distributed. For example, Tamil Nadu is leading in factory concentration, and Bihar is having an extremely low presence. See here, Bihar is having an extremely low presence, below national average. You can say, SDP development, you can coincide it with industrial development as well, a little bit. So this is Tamil Nadu. And what are the reasons for this uneven industrial growth in all states? See, they have mentioned historical, geographical, inadequate infrastructure, and policy and planning disparities. These are the reasons which are mentioned here, but you can also come up with your own reasons when it is asked in your mains question. See, for example, historical, this is geographical, this is inadequate infrastructure is nothing but economical, and this is political. So political, economical, geographical, historical, in these dimensions you can answer an mains question. What are the historical factors? Regional imbalances started during British regime itself, concentrating development in areas like West Bengal and Maharashtra. Even if you read modern history, most of the development and commerce chambers, right, all these are developed either in West Bengal or in Maharashtra, right? So that has been one reason. Historical factors. And geographical factors is difficult terrain, like Himalaya and northeastern states also impedes growth. It has to be a little bit plain or plateau region where it's easy to set up a company, something like that, industry. But if it's a difficult terrain, it's not that easy. And inadequate infrastructure, power, transport and land availability vary across states, hinders industrial growth in regions such as northeastern region and Bihar. That is why we are coming up with special projects and schemes for this northeastern development. So DONER is a department that we have, right? The Department of Northeastern Region, like that. Special packages are there and such. And the policy and planning disparities. See, for example, Green Revolution, it benefited few states like Punjab and Haryana. So it increased the regional imbalances. Green Revolution, they quickly grabbed the opportunity, Punjab and Haryana especially. Sorry, this part. Okay, most of the rice or wheat is cultivated in those regions. That is one thing. And way forward, Economic Survey 2025 emphasizes the balanced industrial policies, deregulation, and infrastructure improvement for sustainable growth. And also, we need to go with this strengthened states cooperation. Even if you are writing federalism topic, then also you can mention all these points. Okay, in GS2. That's about it. And the next topic is China's foreign minister's first visit since escalation along the line of actual control. So, see, escalation have been come up in this line of actual control. After that, Chinese foreign minister visited now, to talk about that. In that, not everything is important in this topic, but if you can see here, air connectivity agreement on resuming direct flights at the earliest, that is one thing, and pilgrimage access. India's Kailash Mansarovar Yatra will be expanded in scale from 2026. That is good thing. And also in this transborder rivers, we agreed on sharing this hydrological data. See, for example, here in Arunachal Pradesh, and before that, see, Brahmaputra enters this Arunachal Pradesh like this, but here, over somewhere here, Yarlung Sangpo river, which is called Brahmaputra in India, China is trying to construct a dam here, world's largest dam. See, for that it will impede the water flow down this Arunachal regions, right? So that's one problem. So, and now they are agreed on sharing this hydrological data. Let's see how good they can tackle all these issues. And border trade through this Lipu Lake Pass, Shipkila and Nathula. See, UPSC can ask about this, match the following like this, but remember, Lipu Lake is in Uttarakhand, Shipkila Himachal, and Nathula Sikkim. Okay. And next one, Parliamentary Consultative Committee. See, first meeting of Parliamentary Consultative Committee of Ministry of Ayush was held recently. So this is not about this Ministry of Ayush or nothing, but it's about understanding what PCC is. PCC is a Parliamentary Consultative Committee. It's one of the functions allocated to the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs under the Government of India, Allocation of Business Rules 1961. So what are the objectives of this committee? To create awareness among the Member of Parliaments, MPs, about the working of government. You see, it's an informal consultation. These MPs can get to know about the working of the government as such, like what are the schemes are being implemented, what are the programs are being conducted. All these things can be understood in this Parliamentary Consultative Committee. It's an informal consultation. But the government will decide the composition of these committees, but the membership will be minimum 10, maximum 30. That is one thing you need to remember, and the membership is voluntary. These are the things that you definitely need to have an idea about. It is constituted under this Business Allocation of Business Rules 1961. The next topic is Quality Council of India. You see here, National Accreditation Board for Testing and Calibration Laboratories under Quality Council of India has launched a new medical application portal. That's fine, new medical application portal, we can learn about it, but we should understand about this Quality Council of India. Quality Council of India, established in 1996, is an autonomous non-profit organization under Societies Registration Act. Okay, not company, not any other body or PSUs or as such, but it is registered under this Societies Registration Act, 1861, I think, right? This is, and jointly set up by Government of India and industrial bodies SOCHAM, FICCI and CII. And what is the nodal department for this Quality Council? We need to check the quality, right? That Quality Council, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Governing Council has 39 members, led by chairperson nominated by Prime Minister, but it is not led by Prime Minister. It is led by the person nominated by Prime Minister. And what is the role? To promote quality through national campaigns, ensures third-party assessments, and work to improve citizens' quality of life in line with global standards. That is the aim of this Quality Council of India. And the next one is additional judges, and this has been coming up repeatedly, but we'll try to cover it once again. So additional judges are appointed as per this article 224(1), but it is appointed by President of India, not governor of respective state. These additional judges, if it appears to the president that the number of judges of that court should be increased due to temporary increase in the business or areas of the work, if it feels like that, president can go for appointing high court judges, right? But it is done by this President of India, and Supreme Court Collegium approves the proposal for appointment. Supreme Court Collegium is nothing but this in consultation with CGI only. Okay, what is the tenure for this? 2 years or maximum of 62 years. Okay, attaining 62 years for the judge. Okay, this is about additional judges. And the next topic is sustainable aviation fuel. So the name itself says that it is about the sustainable, and it is about this aviation, and it is also a fuel. So it is an alternative for general normal fuel that we get from crude oil, right? Jet fuel that we get from fractional distillation of this crude oil. It's an alternative to it. It can be blended up to 50% in conventional aviation turbine fuel, but now India mandates 1% of SAF blending in jet fuel sold to international airlines from 2027. What are the raw materials for this manufacture of sustainable aviation fuel? Corn grain, oil seeds, algae, other fats, oils, greases, agricultural residue, forestry residue, wood mill waste, etc. Okay, even if you see this biofuel concepts, we got this first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation, right? In similar ways, we have this thing used as raw materials. And the next topic is privatization of defense production. See, we are trying to increase our private share in the defense production. Now it recorded 22.56 share. It's a good thing actually. Instead of using the taxpayers' money, if we involve private sector, it will be much more beneficial. It will bring more technological innovations and all. But little bit care has to be taken, because there is a risk of putting our India security at risk, because obviously private sector is involved. And largest share in 2024-25 financial year, defense public sector undertakings accounted for 57.50. Okay. Next, to foster the private sector participation, we have got certain kind of schemes. One of the popular one is IDEX, Innovations for Defense Excellence, and Defense Testing Infrastructure Scheme, and acing development of innovative technologies with IDEX, a DT scheme, and Technology Development Fund, TDF, you can remember, along with Make in India. All these things, if you can remember, that would be very much helpful in your mains answers. And the next one is Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. Everybody know this, right? CBIT call it, right? Central Board of Indirect Taxes. Like that, we also have this direct taxes, Central Board of Direct Taxes. But here we are discussing about Central Board for Indirect Taxes and Customs. It is headquartered in New Delhi. That is, you have to remember, and it is a statutory body because it has got its Central Board of Revenues Act 1963 as backing it. Next, what is the purpose? For formulation and implementation of policy concerning levy and collection of custom duties, central excise duties, and goods and services tax, GST as well. Okay, it comes under the CBIC. It also deals with prevention of smuggling. Please remember, narcotics as well. Yeah. The next one, Palmyra trees. Palmyra trees are actually native to tropical Africa, but it is a straight tree of Tamil Nadu. It looks something similar to this Palmyra trees. It is easy to understand. It's like palm tree only, right? But a little bit different. If you go to Google and see, you will easily understand. And what is the topic here? This Palmyra palm tree are providing beneficial by reducing lightning related deaths and serving as a food source for elephants during lean seasons. Lean seasons are where agricultural production will go down. That is this lean season. And climatic requirements, it grows in most of the types like sandy, red, black, arid and wasteland areas also. Wasteland areas also, and its rainfall requirement is less than 750 mm annual rainfall. It's very good. And uses, every part of the tree is useful for housing, medicine, shade, food also. It is one of the most resourceful tree in India. And the next topic is Indian Council of Social Science Research. Please remember this. This is a very good good one because it's an apex body of GOA for research in the social and human sciences. For human sciences, social, we have an apex body which conducts the research, that is this Indian Council of Social Science Research, ICSSR. Okay, it is founded in 1969. It operates under the aegis of Ministry of Education, and it plays a pivotal role in advancing knowledge and understanding various social issues and challenges. That is why it becomes important. Okay, ICSSR. Okay, and the last topic is Canada. You know, so why is it in news is that Canada faced its second worst wildfire season on record. Wildfires season, that's okay, you need to remember, and also remember it is in the disaster management topic. And but we need to understand the Canada and its geographical understanding, like what is the location and who are the neighbors. World's longest land border with the United States, and also it has got its maritime boundaries with France and Denmark. These two becomes important because this can be understood easily. United States. What are the geographical features? It's the world's second largest country after Russia, and freshwater. It holds about 20% of world's freshwater reserves, and there are these 5 Great Lakes, right? I remember it through this keyword SMHEO in the same order. First one is Superior, Michigan, Huron, Ontario, Erie, and Ontario. Okay, all these 5 Great Lakes have been shared between Canada and United States, but you need to remember Lake Michigan lies entirely within United States. If you can see here, these are the lakes that we are talking about. This must be Michigan. See, SMHEO. Okay, this is about Canada. I think that brings the end of this session. I hope it made some sense and it is useful for you. See you in the next video. Thank you.